What is up, everyone? It is your man on fire mentor, David Mailer, and I am trusting right now that the internet service of where I am is working. So, today's topic, living with regret. Now, here's the thing, no man wants to die with regret, but the question is, have you tolerated living with regret? Now, for those of you that have followed me, I had the sacred honor and the sacred privilege of holding my father's hand for his very last breath. And I'm sure you could imagine that it was gut wrenchingly emotional. It was beautiful. It was sacred. There was a feeling of awe. There was grace, but there was also pain. Of course, in saying goodbye, in physical form to my dad, but also in seeing and in knowing that he didn't go out on his terms. He didn't go out with a smile on his face. He didn't go out knowing deep down that he was able to live into his full potential. And I don't say this, guys, please understand, I don't say this in any way, shape, or form as any form of judgment. I say this with reverence because I recognize as a man the challenge of how hard it is for each and every one of us to choose a life of courage and to go after our dreams and to go after living into our true potential. And so my father's last breath, I know it was one of regret in that he left a lot on the table. And there was a lot more that he knows he could have given um, of himself, in life. And he was an extraordinary man. And I could not have asked for a better father. So, with that said, what happens to us as men is, here we are as this little boy one day, we're 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and there's this beautiful smile. There's this passion, there's this light, there's this gleam in our eyes, there's this innocence, there's this purity of this little boy. And then life happens. There are physical, there are emotional, there are sexual, there are mental traumas that each and every one of us may have endured, some combination of those different hurts and wounds. And little by little, we get away from being the real version of ourselves. And our hopes and our dreams get compressed. And this beautiful, energy that we used to give off all of a sudden now becomes more bitterness on the face. And it becomes more disgust for some of us, where we look in the mirror and we don't like who we're seeing. Parts of us feel like a fake or a fraud or a phony. And we know that there's more inside of us. We know that we have more to give. We know we can love more. We know we can serve more. We know we can more deeply honor others. We know that we've gotten away from being in our masculine leadership, and we know that we've hurt tremendously other people, and including, for many of us, our wives, where here we are with this sacred invitation to guard and protect their heart. Many of us have done the opposite, and we've gotten away from who we truly are. And naturally, that will make it more challenging for you to look in the mirror and truly love who's looking back at you. And, it's invisible to us when it's happening, right? It's easy to point our finger outward. But deep down, what's really going on for us guys is that there's a deep sense of frustration. There is a feeling of, there's a feeling of unworthiness, where I know on some level, if I'm selling myself short, I will become more bitter. I will become more aggressive towards others emotionally, possibly physically. For some of us, it happens to men. We lose our way. We get out of alignment with who we truly are. And sadly, and having worked with over 10,000 men, there's such a small percentage of men that have the courage to want to do the work and to do the healing and to change and to transform. And when I say change, just to be clear, what I really mean is to come home to who you always were, right? It's not about changing, it's really about shedding all of who you're not to make room for all of who you always were. It's like the statue of David. Michelangelo said, I just removed the part of the concrete that wasn't David. So all that remained was David. And your journey as a man is the same in that you have the opportunity to shed the layers of who you're not. So the real version of you can emerge. And that version, you know who he is. You know he's a masculine leader. You know he lives from his heart. You know he lives with courage. You know he protects the feminine. You know he has a mission. You know he has a deeper purpose in life. And you know that you're here to give and to love and to serve. And so many of you right now may be listening and you're wondering, well, how do I get back to that version of myself? How do I step back into who I always was? And I would invite you to actually ask for help. I think it's a beautiful inquiry to want to find out how. And there are many of us naturally, we're going to turn to books, we're going to turn to videos like you're watching right now. And this is beautiful information. Like for many of you listening, you're like, wow, I'm really resonating with what you're sharing, David. Part of the problem, guys, is that we have all this information that comes at us and it gives us a false sense of I'm making progress, right? Because I just learned something cool. What David said, yes, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And the truth is, you likely won't, right? Again, I've worked with over 10,000 men for the past 10 years, and there's a very small percentage, maybe less than 1% of men that will take on the courageous journey of facing their fears, right? And moving forward in your life and being willing to look at the skeletons in the closet and peel back the layers of how you have hurt yourself and how you've hurt others and how you've sold yourself short and how you've sold other people short. And this is the healing that's in front of you. And the reason that so many of us, are living with regret is because we haven't done the cleanup work. We haven't had the courage to confront what we've been hiding, what we've been running from. We all want to appear a certain way, right? I want to be seen as a good guy. I want to be seen as a nice guy, gentle, kind-hearted, likable, right? Everyone wants that, where you're in prayer. Oh, I hope that at my funeral, people say good things about me. But I tell you, I used to lead guys through an exercise where I'd have them write their own eulogy. Oh, there'll be so many tears because if I were to pass today, what would people say? Those closest to you, like, the wife or the ex-wife or the kids. And it's painful to hear what a lot of you are writing because you know that there's still regrets. And you don't want your last breath to be one of regret like my dad's was. I know that if you're listening to me right now, you want what every man wants, which is that last breath to be freedom, to be joy, to be fulfillment, to have that inner knowing, that inner smile, the glistening in your eyes again, like that playful little boy is there and it's like, I did it. I effing did it. I lived into the fullness of who I was created to be. I gave, I loved, I served, and I left it all down here on the field, on earth. And now I can go back to heaven. So who listening right now has some regrets? Oh, I wish I did this differently. I wish I did that differently. You have time, gentlemen, to clean it up. You have time to face the things you're not proud of. You have time to right the ship. But it starts today. When I say you have time, it's an illusion. If you think you have time, that will excuse you from taking action now. If you think you'll eventually get to it, you are lying to yourself. If you put it off to the future, you won't get to the future. The time is only now. The only time that matters is the present. To live into a compelling future of possibility, you have to be in this moment. Otherwise, you drag the regrets of the past with you, and you never live into the future that could be possible. For those of you listening right now, and you're feeling what I'm saying, and you know you've been selling your soul short of the man you were created to be, and you know that there are people in your life that you have a lot of cleanup to do, a lot of restoration of trust and intimacy and love, the time is now. And I'm inviting you and I'm challenging you at the same time to ask for help, ask for support. In the old days, men would gather around the fire, and there would be sacred ceremony, sacred rituals. And men would champion other men. They would build each other up. This is missing and lacking today. In today's world, we're tearing each other down. We temporarily feel better about ourselves by putting down somebody else or by judging somebody else. You watch reality shows, you watch all this television, you get to watch drama that exists outside of your own life to avoid the drama in your life. You got to face that. You have to come back into community. You have to ask for help. And I challenge you to find a community, a peer group that will lift you up, that will up-level you. A peer group where you're afraid to be a part of that peer group because you know they're playing at a higher level than you are. This is why men end up joining Man on Fire. And please understand, I'm not suggesting that there aren't phenomenal other organizations out there. Thank God there are. I can only speak on behalf of mine because I'm the owner and the founder of Man on Fire. So I know what our company is all about, from myself through my team, through the members. And it's a group of men who are playing at a high level and are courageous enough to take on the task of living into their true potential. Take on the task of cleaning up the messes that they've made, restoring their personal integrity, recreating healthy boundaries and a self-respect, cutting the cords of codependency, not needing something from somebody else, but being the captain of your own ship, coming back into your leadership, into your king energy, trusting in your intuition, living from your heart, fully available. This is what Man on Fire is all about. So for those of you that need an adrenaline shot right now, for those of you that need to have that fire inside of your heart illuminated again, for those of you that have been fooling yourself into thinking you're going to get to it one day, for those of you that even think it's too late, which is nothing more than bullshit. It's never too late. That's just an excuse to not take action now. For those of you that are ready to reclaim their passion and their power and their purpose, for those of you that want to be in a room full of men that will challenge you, support you, hold your ass to the fire of your true potential, won't let you shrink, won't let you contract, won't let you hide, there's a link below for you to click and get registered for our program called Seize Your Destiny. It's our Man on Fire Live in-person event, July 22nd through the 24th, called Seize Your Destiny. Because each and every one of you has a destiny. The question is, are you willing to seize it? There's an expression, if your ship doesn't come in, then swim your ass out to it. Who here has been waiting, praying, I just hope my life gets better? Hope, as we've heard, is not a success strategy. Action is a success strategy. Yes, grace helps, of course. Prayer helps, of course. But most men that I've worked with over the years, the thing that's been lacking is action. Leaders take action. Leaders aren't afraid to fail. Leaders will fail and they'll pick themselves up again and get up and keep going. And in our Man on Fire community, we are here to always offer our hand, always pick you up, and always give you a push from behind and call you forward. not call you out, call you forward. Because you know deep down you're built for more. You know that you're more than this. And you know you have more to offer and give to the world. So if you haven't already registered for our Seize Your Destiny, our Man on Fire Live event, July 22nd through the 24th, click that link below. Stop putting your life on hold. Don't have another day lived of regret. Don't have another day lived where you're tricking yourself into thinking you'll eventually get to it. You see how fast time goes, our most precious commodity, because lost time is never found. And the one wish you will all have when you are facing death is, I wish I had more time. Why? Why do you wish you had more time? So I could give more, love more, serve more, clean up the mess that I made, restore integrity, restore the trust, restore the love. That's called, you don't want to live with regret. You want to die with freedom. And the way to do that is to have courage to start living the life that was designed by your soul. So get in community, get supported, allow yourself to be challenged and pushed and stretched, and remember and find out who you truly are, what you're truly made of. I know what it is. You know deep down that you're enough. You know deep down that you're extraordinary. You know deep down that you're phenomenal. But some of you have been lying to yourself. Some of you are trying to convince yourself and convince the world. It's too late for me. You don't understand, David. You don't understand my problem. You don't understand what's going on in my relationship with my wife or my ex-wife or my kids. You don't understand. I understand. I understand that you've been selling yourself a sea of lies because you're scared to fail. So instead of going for it and failing and feeling unworthy, you hide behind these excuses. So I'm talking to you. Stop hiding. Stop with the excuses. Oh, I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I don't have the. Well, I'll do it once I'll do it once No, you won't. It starts now, right? I was on the phone with my brother recently, and he's telling me how he's going to lose weight. I said, great. Hang up the phone right now and go to the gym. No, I'm starting tomorrow. No, I said, hang up the phone right now and go to the gym right now. If you're sincere and you're genuine and you're committed, you're telling me you're committed to losing weight, great. Stop texting me. It was actually texting. Stop texting me and get your ass downstairs on a treadmill and send me a picture when you're down there. And send me a picture of how many minutes, how many miles you walked, and how many calories you burned. Then I'll know you're serious. Then I'll know you took action. Then I'll know you're committed when you send that picture to me each and every day. Otherwise, you're fooling yourself. You're lying to yourself. You're not lying to me. You're lying to yourself. Well, David, is the event going to be in Florida sometime soon, or will it be somewhere else? No. It's in Irvine, California. I've flown to Fiji. I've flown to Costa Rica. I've flown all around the world to go to programs to grow myself as a man. Do the same. Well, I don't have the money. Nonsense. First of all, it's peanuts. It's pennies to come to our program. Literally. Normally it costs over $6,000 to get in a seminar room with myself. I've been doing this for 10 years now. This is a fraction of that cost. To be with me, my team, part of my team is my wife. She'll be at the program helping you guys learn the deeper needs of the feminine, how to restore the trust, how to restore the intimacy, how to restore the love. So you'll have myself and my team. Kai Van Bodie will be there teaching you guys some Jedi tricks of how to reboot your nervous system and how to de-stress yourself and how to get centered and rooted and dialed into your heart. These are the things that you'll be learning at our program. But most importantly, what you'll walk away with is a knowing and a remembrance of who you are. You will taste the man that's been hiding. You will let the lion out of the cage and finally unleash him again and find the real version of you. Come home to yourself. No more regrets. No more lies. No more putting life on hold. No more. It's time for you to live with passion, in your power, and on purpose. This is what it is to be a man on fire. Get your ass to Seize Your Destiny, our Man on Fire Live event, July 22nd through the 24th. There's a link below. There's a link above. It's to your left. It's to your right. Click the link. Go all in on yourself, guys. And my promise is that you will have 100% of my energy, my team's energy, our love, our support, our challenge, and we will hold you to the fire of who you truly are. So you walk out of there in your heart, finally out of your head, feeling again, illuminating that flame that's been so dull, bringing it back to life, coming back to who you truly are. And yeah, you'll go clean up all the stuff in your life that you know you need to face. No more hiding from it, no more regrets, no more looking in the mirror and not liking who's looking back at you. Enough. You deserve more, and so do the people in your life that you truly love. They deserve more from you. One thing I can always promise you guys is that I will give it to you straight with my heart. I'll never sugarcoat it. I'm not here to be liked by you guys. I don't really honestly care about what you think about me because I know who I am. And I know how deeply I care about other people. And anyone that's ever been a part of my community will tell you that. So if you want to come into a brotherhood, a community, from the leader down, where you will be stood for at the level of your soul, we will hold you to your full and true potential. We won't let you squirm, squiggle away, or get away with any of your bullshit. If you're ready for that, click the link below, and I'll see you at Seize Your Destiny. It's with so much love and so much gratitude for your trust. I'll see you guys soon. Bye for now. It's your Man on Fire mentor, David Mailer. Bye, guys.